Good evening all. Today we shall start with tidal energy. So tide is the periodic rise and fall of water level of sea. You all know about tides. Tides occur due to the attraction of sea water by moon. These tides can be used for the production of electrical energy. First of all, we shall see the site selection. Tidal range at the desired location should be adequate throughout the year. The power plant should be free from attacks of seawater because the power plant will be always subjected to seawater. So it should be made up of materials which are capable to resist the attack of seawater. There should be no appreciable change in the tidal pattern at the proposed site. Now the principle of tidal power. During the flood tide, water rises above the mean sea level. During this time, water can be stored in an artificial reservoir. During ebb tide, that is fall of the tide, water is withdrawn to sea from the reservoir. The turbine can be placed across the path of forward and reverse flow of water. When water flows through the turbine, the kinetic energy of water will be converted to mechanical energy by the turbine. This mechanical energy can be utilized in generator to produce the electricity. Here we can see the diagram of tidal power plant. Here you can see on the left side and right side we are having the reservoir. It is known as basin. Then a dike or barrage or the dam is constructed across the sea and the tidal basin. During this is a condition of low tide, that is ebb tide. During flood tide, water of the sea level rises and is allowed to enter to this tidal basin. Now, on this path, the turbine generator set is being placed. So, whenever the water is passing through this turbine generator set, the turbine rotates and which in turn drives the generator and generates electricity. This is the case of low tide. So during the flood tide condition, the basin is being filled and this is the low tide condition. Sea level is below the water level of the tidal basin. Main parts of a tidal power plant are basin. Basin is also known as the reservoir. Actually, water is being collected in this basin part. Then dike or barrage to form the basin. This is the dam constructed across the basin so as to keep the water inside the basin. This is known as dike or barrage. Then sluice or gateways from basin to the sea and vice versa. A narrow passage is provided for the seawater to enter the basin during the flood tide and water will be released to the sea when there is ebb tide. So this passage is known as sluice or gateways. Then powerhouse. Powerhouse is being constructed across the gateways. It includes the turbines, generators and other auxiliary equipments. This is a diagram representing tidal power plant. We can see the barrage and sluice gates, the basin and open water means the sea water. So water is allowed to enter to the basin through this sluice where the turbine is being kept during flood tide condition. And water rises inside the basin and during ebb tide condition, water is allowed to be released through the sluices again to the sea. Working. General working of a tidal power plant. Water is allowed to get filled during the flood tide, and during ebb tide the water flows out of the basin to sea. When water flows in and out, it passes through the turbine. The turbine rotates according to the flow of water and drives a generator to generate electricity. During ebb and flood, the machine alternates, that is, the direction of the rotation reverses. Depending upon the number of basins as well as the type of generation. That is, some systems generate during flood tide only, some generates during ebb tide only, and some can generate electricity during ebb as well as flood condition. So the classification is based on number of basins as well as the time of generation. Next, we shall see the advantages of this tidal power plant. Like any other renewable energy sources, it is free from pollution. Then energy is freely available as this phenomena, tidal phenomena is available in nature, so it is freely available. Power available around the year. Tides are occurring on a daily basis, so power is available throughout the year. It is unaffected by the unpredictability of monsoon. We know that seawater is being unaffected by rainfall. So, it is unaffected by unpredictability of monsoon. It does not depend on rain. It can be located on seashore, hence does not require large area of valuable land. Now we shall see the disadvantages. The output varies with variation in tidal range. The tidal range is fluctuating in nature, so that the output electricity from this power plant also varies. Then transmission cost is high. The load center may not be near to the coastal area. In that case, we have to erect a transmission network. So in that case, the transmission cost becomes high. Then sedimentation and siltation of basins can decrease their capacity. As the seawater enters to the basin, the sand and other particles may get deposited inside the basin. Due to this, the capacity of the basins may get reduced. Due to variation in tidal range, the turbines have to work on a variable head, since there is some unpredictability in the tidal range. The head of water available may vary. According to that, the turbines used in this type of power plants may have to work on a variable head. Then capital cost of the plant is high, because the plant is always subjected to seawater, attack of seawater, so it has to be constructed with some good material that can resist this corrosion. The capital cost of the plant is high. The construction of tidal barrage calls for advanced technology due to very complex problems associated with it. The regions which are most suitable for tidal energy generation tend to be the ones which are difficult for barrage construction. So every location is not ideal for installing such a system. So these are the main disadvantages of tidal power plant, and we shall see the classification of tidal power plant in our next class. So thank you for listening.